can't stay, that's your prerogative. I've got to go away, I'll help you get into an Uber. I've got to go home, yeah, that's totally your call. You should go right now, now I don't even want you here at all. What the podcast? Welcome back.
Wow.
Have you heard that version, the John Legend one, where it's
good.
like all like
Consensual.
yes, very consensual.
It's very good.
Welcome back to What the
I'll
Podcast.
get to that in a second.
I'm Ryan,
I'm John.
and together we are
Ryan and John.
on the couch as always. Cara Tafolla on the ones and twos.
What?
Annie the Skovmand,
Skovmand.
resident
Doberman.
Christmas lover.
Sure.
Yeah, legend has it you're big into Christmas.
Does not seem
Well,
convincing at all.
guys, the year is winding down, as you know. Everybody's Spotify Wraps came out, all this stuff, you know, kind of recapping the
Oh
year.
gosh,
right?
I'm so embarrassed by Spotify rap.
Whoa.
Exposed.
Go ahead, John. Expose
No,
yourself.
are we going to talk about it?
Sure.
No, we're not going to talk about it. No, we won't. We
No,
won't.
no,
We
no.
won't.
Old news.
won't.
But my point is people are wrapping up, you know, kind of culminating what this year was for themselves.
Uh-huh.
And two of my favorite dictionaries came out with their word of the year.
Your word.
You ready to hear
Your
it?
word.
Merriam-Webster came out with their word of the year. Do you want to guess what it is?
Hold on.
Something culturally relevant and kind of...
Gaslight.
That's it.
Yes.
How did you guess?
I don't know.
Did you know it?
I don't
Cheater.
think so.
I feel like that word was
Maybe I saw it
popular
somewhere.
2 years ago.
I was just saying I didn't know. I feel like it really came into the spotlight this year. Last year I probably learned what it was.
100% it hit its peak this year.
This year for sure. Thanks to white incels everywhere.
Mr. Styles himself.
Harry Gaslight Styles, is that what you're talking
Harry
about?
Gaslight Styles.
Don't worry,
Dang.
Gaslight. You got it,
Don't
Trevor?
worry, Gaslight.
Well, that's also
And who's
my
the guy,
policeman.
the try guy?
Oh.
Oh.
Ned Fulmer.
Yeah, he
Fulmer.
gaslit us.
We were talking in the car, and we were like, "What is?" I was like, "Is gaslight like? Is it like when your gaslight comes in your car and it's like,
What is
gotcha?
what's
your tank? You think your tank is empty,
that
but it's
can't
not."
be it. What's the etymology of gaslighting?
Gaslight?
And then we were like,
I feel
"Is
like
it
you would
like
know
a
for some reason.
like a gas light in a like a lantern?"
That's what I thought.
Is it like
Let's see.
Like, because those are
making
fake.
you-
Origin of gaslight.
Yeah. Whip that up.
Yeah,
I'm going to
whip it
tell you the
up.
second one.
The
My
verb-
other favorite dictionary,
Go ahead.
Oxford. Their word of the year was goblin mode. Goblin mode.
What is wrong?
Try
with
and
this
guess what
world?
that means.
I mean, it just means living your best life. It's hard to guess, but
No.
that
I
was their
think-
definition
No.
was like
Their
living for
definition
your
was-
own
Their
benefit or
definition
something.
was literally like living, like doing things unapologetically, like being lazy
Yeah.
and eating a lot.
Awesome.
And
I've seen a lot on
That was
TikTok.
goblin
Like,
mode.
I'm in my goblin era.
Era.
I'm definitely, I feel like, in my goblin era, you know?
okay, the verb gaslight comes from the 1938 play
Okay.
Gaslight by Patrick Hamilton, which also had two 1940s movie adaptations. The story, a husband attempts to drive his wife insane by, among other things, dimming the gas lights in their house and claiming she's imagining it.
Wow.
That
So
is
she's slowly
incredible.
seeing
That is
darker.
so much cooler than anything,
I could have
I could have
imagined?
guessed. Wow.
Dang.
We had, I mean, listen,
It's
there had to
from-
have been a deeper meaning, right? 'Cause
and it had to be
doesn't- It
Broadway.
doesn't come from
It had
our
to be.
car. Come on.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was like, you know, Old English, like when they made the gaslight or something, and it was, you know,
That
they were
is
using
awesome.
And it's
Yeah, wow.
in the movie it's Ingrid Bergman
Mm-hmm.
and Angela Lansbury is in it too.
Oh,
In the
gaslight.
movie.
We'll have to watch it.
You're
1944
imagining
film.
things. Yeah, you've seen it, John.
Yeah, I love it.
We all
I'm a
watched
huge
it
fan.
together.
I'm a
Yeah, in the
huge fan.
theaters.
Yeah, I
No,
love
we
it.
watched it last week, John. You don't remember.
Yeah.
Is it
Get
dark
it.
in here?
Get it? Because
Is it getting darker?
No, I got it.
Alexa,
Did you get that?
gaslight us.
Okay. she's
she's broken.
She's lying. She's gaslighting him.
She's like, you don't want that.
She's like, I can actually connect to the internet. I just
having
don't want
trouble
to.
connecting.
Well, it's a very merry episode of the podcast once again. So welcome
What
back.
is that mug?
This is from Beijing.
Beijing.
Oh.
Wouldn't you
I'm
know it?
imagining when your brother went.
Yeah.
He brought this
Huh.
mug back.
Got the Starbucks ones.
Well, what's on your mind this week, John? Yeah, of course it is. Look, there's a little.
It's such a weird shape. Wow.
Oh, wait, it's a star.
Yeah. Big coffee gets us again.
Yeah. What are you?
Oh, were you
what
making
are
fun of
What's- I don't get what's so fun about it.
Oh.
How people would go to these like amazing places and then go into an American coffee store and get a mug
Yeah.
from those places.
No, that's funny.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Bobby.
it's the where
Go
you
ahead,
were.
Mexico. Go ahead, Mexico. Tell us about it.
I didn't go
What
to
was it like
Starbucks in
living in a
Mexico.
different country? Yeah, clearly you didn't. You went to the, little
Culturally
hot spot.
sound.
Yeah.
A little
Yeah,
hot
yeah.
spot. A little hot spot.
I did. I did go to a little
John,
hot spot.
what's on your mind this week?
What's on my mind?
Yeah, I ripped in with a thing. Now you gotta
Goblin mode.
go goblin mode on us.
I don't know. I've been, December. I was just telling Annie before the show. December's always crazy for me.
Crazy how.
Like just busy. Like I got things going all the time, and I feel like because I currently have a full-time and a part-time thing, and my part-time job is ramping up. I work for a church, and
Sure.
we're ramping up for this big event, and I'm just like, this week is just, go.
Crunch time.
Just trying to get to it. And then I was thinking, I was like telling Andy, I feel like even if I didn't have any jobs, like I didn't have anything to do responsibility wise, I'd still somehow be busy in December.
Yeah.
Cause it just like has this weird energy where I feel like almost like nervous energy where I feel like I have to shop for my wife. I'm not
Do you
even,
think it's real or do you think it's like just a thing? I don't know.
it's definitely not real because I was thinking about it, even with all this stuff, we have a ton of I have to create a bunch of these slides and arrange all this stuff for this event on Saturday. And I was thinking I don't have time. And then I was like, no, I definitely have time.
Yeah.
I have 10 hours every day outside of my normal day job.
Sure.
That I can get these slides done. It's just about sitting down and doing it. That is half my battle.
Yep.
I was editing a video for church last week, and all in all, it took me 15 minutes to edit.
Sure.
Going through and just
actual
chopping it
editing
up,
time.
Throwing the graphics on, doing the music, doing the audio and stuff. And then I thought I let that weigh on my mind for days. Just in the back of my mind going you still have to do that.
Before you do
that.
it or after you do it?
Before you do it.
Oh, okay.
And then once I get it done, I'm like, that was so stupid. I should have done that on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? I should just done it and gotten it over with. But yeah, I think the season is just crazy. I'm really, really excited to get to the week of Christmas because that's where things I feel work-wise starts to slow down and outside of your family or close friend circle, everything just kind of slows. And you get to have time and moments with your friends. And
That is the weird
So excited.
yearly thing that I feel gets stronger every year these days is the rush up to Christmas and then the drop after Christmas for me has gotten so bad. I'm just okay. Not it's kind of that seasonal depression thing when
Yeah.
you're done and it's I felt when I was a kid, Christmas would go on that whole week, we'd still have the tree up, whatever. And then it's I just feel nowadays it's
What do you mean? We have a
not
house.
that-
We can do what we want.
No, sure. I mean, I don't
Now.
know. I the feeling isn't the same, not in a bad way, but just it's just different. I don't know.
yeah,
Is it because of Santa?
Yeah. It's because of Santa.
yeah. And also, oh, good.
Sorry. That's just never been the case for me.
How's that? You don't feel good up until Christmas?
No,
Or you feel it all year?
So great
classic.
up until Christmas, but that lull after my birthday's right after, so it's
true.
it goes from
Party,
Christmas
party.
to oh, I didn't get my present. Well, they got 15 days to figure it out.
Did you get bigger presents on Christmas or your birthday?
My family was never if I said this, they'll be like, "Why are you talking about? We're giving big presents."
Not big
You're
into
so
presents.
ungrateful."
I'll say it for you.
We're big into my mom is adamant you always have to have something to open. Always. Even this year we're doing very small very my brother-in-law and sister just bought a house. Everyone's trying to save money. My parents are planning on buying a house. Like, everyone's saving money. So we're doing very small presents. And my mom was like, my sister kind of got in this like tiff about it of like, we don't want any presents. And my mom's like, you have to open something. She's like, I don't need anything. And I don't want anything. And my mom's like, I'm putting something under the tree. So help me God. It might be a loaf of bread, but you're opening something on Christmas.
Oh, wow.
My parents always did activities for my birthday. So it was like, I would get something, but it would be like one present, where at Christmas you get like, 4 or 5.
But for your birthday, you went like laser tagging.
There was a long time where we did Disneyland. And it was always cheaper because they were taking down.
It was post-Christmas, of course.
It was always like a lot calmer.
Wow, that is perfect timing.
We all, for like a solid, like, I want to say like 8 years, we did that. And then it was like, oh, what do you want? Like, you can take one friend with you and we can go here and we can do this,
Yeah.
And it was hard because like I always wanted like a summer birthday, but like that just wasn't the case.
Just wasn't in the cards for old Annie.
My 16th birthday, we did do it at the beach. We had a beach bonfire. And that was fun.
Wow. Good times.
But yeah, so after
Not
Christmas,
the case for you.
right after Christmas, birthday month.
Birthday mode.
Party.
Yeah, you get any 2-for-1s ever?
Only like real big stuff, like my laptop or something like that was like, this is your birthday and your Christmas. Don't ask for anything else. You're a
laptop.
child.
That's the birthday gift for the next 10 years.
My poor uncle, his birthday is on January 1st. And so it's always like, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Oh, and happy birthday, Uncle John.
Yeah.
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 Like nobody wants to like party or do he's like, I'm resigned to it.
Yeah.
That's
That's
pretty
like,
funny.
I knew a couple of Christmas birthday kids.
Yeah.
And it's like,
That sucks.
that's really sucks.
was
Unless you're
always the
Jewish, then
narrative.
it'd be great.
True.
Sure.
That was always the narrative. Like when you're growing up, you're like, oh, your birthday. I got a friend that her birthday's like the 28th of
December.
And we were always like, that sucks. You probably get 2-for-1s all the time. I don't know if that was ever the case, but when you're growing up, you're like, oh, it sucks. You have a December birthday. But
I mean, yeah, that's the bag. That's
My mom
just your
has
life.
a December 10th or 11th. 11th.
Whoa.
December 11th. I know. Redacted.
We're going to cut
Edit
that out. Cut that
right
out.
out. And edit it to
Nobody will know.
My mom's birthday is December 11th.
11th.
I'm not editing that out.
But she has a December 11th birthday and she hates it. She's like, yeah, cheaper one, whatever.
Well, that's because I feel like that's just in the midst of like holiday shopping.
Yeah, totally.
Ugh.
Yeah, I really miss the boat on like holiday parties. Like
Yeah.
everyone's doing them now.
Sure.
Ministry and like work and stuff. They're all doing them in the first week of December, which I was like, that's stupid. Like,
It's
why
so
don't you do it
early.
closer to Christmas? And then I realized,
you
that's
can
because
actually-
everybody else goes out of town
Yep.
or
Yep.
has
Yeah.
everything else going on.
Big travel time.
And I was scheduling. We were trying to set one up for one of the ministries I serve in, and everyone's like, my wife's work parties on that
Yep.
day, or I'm celebrating. And I'm like,
I didn't mean to undercut your busyness by asking if it was real. By
No,
the
it's-
way, just
And
so
you
you
did.
know.
real. No,
and
it's
that's really rude of you.
And I realized it as soon as I said it, but like I feel like I have nothing going on. You know what I mean? Like I do, but I also don't. But I still feel that. I'm like, oh, like there's so much to do. There's so many places to go.
Well, and here's what I was thinking about this when you were explaining that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel like I'm always stressed about something. You know, like 2 months ago I didn't have this second job and we were like, not like tight on money, but it wasn't like that great,
Sure.
And so I was stressed. I was like, I need to like go and do stuff. I need to sell stuff, or I need to like do gigs to like make money. Cause I felt like at home I was like stuck. And now I'm like working so much that money's not the problem, but like
The
time
stress
is
is
the
still
problem.
there.
Now I'm figuring out, okay, when am I going to do this? Like, how am I going to like check these things off my list? But like,
Because you
there's always
thought-
money in the bank now because I get a paycheck from somewhere. But at the same time, I'm still stressed about time as I was stressed about money before I had all this.
And you
stuff.
thought that money was the root of your stress. You're like, as long as I can get this, but now it's not.
to some degree, I thought that it would make me feel like more secure.
Yep.
Like, and
Yep.
I don't know, like that wasn't the root, but I just knew like, okay, well, as long as I can pay my bills, like
I won't have stress.
I won't have stress. But now I'm like, I don't have time, and I'm like, well,
Yep.
when am I, and I'm also, I think the holiday season, like, I'm always feeling this pressure of like, my nephews are only ever going to be this old. And, and this is probably one of the last, handful of Christmases that I won't be having kids, so it's like, that's where I'm like, am I enjoying it, or am I packing it?
Am I carpeing enough diem?
Yeah, to some degree, right? I'll also want to say this real quick.
Yeah.
I'm having a really hard time with the make or bake thing we've set for this podcast.
Wait, did we set it for the podcast?
Well, just for like,
I mean,
us.
Okay.
I did not make or bake.
Well, no, but the whole thing is like small. Like I'm having a really hard time with it.
Hard time going small. Freaking figure it out, John.
You heard him. He's paying bills. Hey, if you want to go big, you go big, bro. You're paying bills. You got money in the bank.
I just feel
go big.
I don't know. Like, I understand the idea. It's like something small that made you think of them. Like, I get that. I just am having a hard time finding those things for you guys. That's my problem.
I'm going to tell you right now, it's a logistical choice. So don't feel that I have like this big,
He didn't do anything sentimental. Your present
it's a logistical choice.
It's a logistical. So whatever that means for you,
it's
if you go big, if that means a lot to you, you go big. If you want gonna, go small, go make and bake. That's great.
It's really frustrating.
Don't feel the pressure.
I'm feeling
that's a great problem, John. That's a great problem to have.
Yeah, I guess it's right. I don't know.
Well, Annie's click-clacking away over there. What do you got in the chamber?
Click-clack.
Listen, I got a busy week. I'm heading out to Idaho later this week.
That's right.
Okay.
Flying away, and then I have friends coming to town. The holidays, it's that busyness. Everyone's going everywhere, and you're trying to like coordinate while they're here and see them. And I have friends who just had babies that are like, we want you to meet our baby, but we overlap for like a day, and just coordinating in all capacity is a lot. So we got to click clack clack clackety clack while you got a chance.
It's crazy.
Last night.
Okay.
We had our holiday party for
that's right.
Our company.
The people, are we not saying the company?
No, because I'm gonna talk a little crap.
Okay.
So maybe don't.
So here's my thing.
Okay.
I just thought holiday parties were better. Listen, I
don't know what you mean.
assume holiday parties are gonna have, it was good. It was a good party.
Okay.
They gave us food. They gave us drinks.
Give us the rundown. Yeah. So there was craft cocktails.
There's craft cocktails. There was pizza.
That was great. What's wrong with that?
And there was cute decor. It was great. And maybe this is me, John. I need your opinion because we all went to the same holiday party. I need your opinion on this. Holiday parties, are you as a business obligated to give your employees some sort of present?
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Was that your one? Was that your one hang up?
Like a raffle or something. Like we're raffling off.
But I think the present
was
food, wasn't it?
That's
a
not
meal?
a very good present.
Food and drink. I'm like stoked.
I'm appreciative. I just
I have my answer, but
have a higher bar.
Go ahead, John.
I think with a company like the one you guys work for, it's a really good opportunity to expand the brand and give you a like company branded gift.
Yeah.
Like when I used to work for Shadow Mountain, and I worked for the high school group, and it's called The Gathering, and every year they'd give us like something. It was always something small, but it was branded to the ministry. So like, it's great because they gave me a blanket. Actually, I just saw it the other day. It's like a little, really nice blanket, and it had like monogrammed on there. It had the Gathering logo, and it's great because it's a functional item I use all the time, and it also is like a timestamp of when I worked there. Like this is the thing I got when I worked for them. So I think with your company, it's really kind of lame to not come up with, and they have something.
Resources.
They have. Well, I'm sure they already have something they could have given away to you guys.
They got these crappy little ornaments that have their logo on it. Just give us the ornaments.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
On the Christmas tree.
Like something like that to expand it expands the brand, which is great for the business. Mm-hmm, and also it makes you feel like,
and then it keeps your employee from coming on a podcast and being like, do better.
Yeah.
Not great.
But do you think it's because everyone had plus ones?
Well, then don't do a +1.
That's my thing. Yeah. Okay. So that was their
present that they allowed your +1.
That there was a freaking 100 people at this party and everyone's eating and drinking
Honestly,
for free.
you did not even need to RSVP. It was just like
absolutely
food coming out all the time.
Here's my take. I've been to staff Christmas parties in past, and I've gotten a gift in past that I didn't really want. Or need or care for.
Yeah, but sometimes it feels good to be given something.
And your other hang up was presents. Nobody got on the mic and said like we had a great year.
Yes. No one said thank you.
Yes, nobody said it was literally just a party.
It was just a party.
No one said anything.
And I
didn't feel appreciated.
Wow.
I agree.
Straight up.
Whoa, you agree?
I agree.
That's two.
I had a great time with the table and the coworkers I sat with. Great time getting to know them. Had never talked to them before. I never met them.
Sure.
I sat with Ryan and Cara.
That's
right.
And our other coworker, Alex. Shout out Alex and his +1 Becca. Love
so they're going to put this
You're
all
giving
together.
a lot more information. A lot more describing information. Here's the thing. I haven't been with this company nearly as long as the two of you have. And I think your disappreciation,
by the way, none of you guys have worked for this company.
The feeling of unappreciation.
She was there last Christmas.
Barely
my year anniversary was like 3 weeks ago.
John's worked at Sharp for 10 years.
I
Doesn't
worked
matter.
at Sharp for 10 years.
Well, that's what he's saying.
I'm saying none of you guys have worked for them for you technically a full year, but
I think
this is the first holiday
Your
season.
feeling of disappreciation goes deeper than this Christmas party.
Well, here's my thing. Okay, I went to
just putting it up.
I went to another party that they threw, and it was like, this is what we plan on
We're
doing.
going to slip up and say the name. I know we are.
This is what we plan on doing.
Can we publish this podcast? Can we put this out?
Oh my gosh, I want them to know. You should have gotten up. All you like 6 owners. You should have gotten up and said something.
Hold on, I'm going to jam the camera.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
But here's the thing. I went to a different party.
Thank you.
And it was just more. They had games. They had, everyone was hanging out. They had long tables where we all sat at the same vibe. They gave us food. They gave us cocktails.
Sure.
And it just was a better
Here's what I'll say, too. If you don't want to take the time and do a small, corny gift, just like give everybody $50 on their paycheck.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like that's
Christmas
what like
bonus.
Sharp is.
That ain't gonna happen.
Sharp's is, Sharp.
No chance at all.
I know, but Sharp is like they're a big company, and to be fair, they're in a different industry, a whole different tax bracket of industry. But they just give out like
coffee.
They give out a bonus, and I think that's
too much information.
A whole different tax.
They really are.
I'm not with them.
No,
I'm not affiliated.
I think it's right. You are right to be a little annoyed because it's like, really? I mean, again, I see what you're saying about +1s, party, drinking, food, right? But all that's standard. Like that is standard.
Sorry, our cam keeps blinking. Do you want to just like wiggle the little HDMI situation? Blinking. I think it's the input.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
standard. They go above a Christmas party, go above and beyond.
And it was at the store.
Yeah, it was like at the main.
I think
the main spot.
We're really giving a lot of details now.
It's at the store that's connected to the coffee shop.
They legitimately
talk about this place of business all the time. I don't know why today we're deciding not to.
Venues. They have access to venues.
Okay.
Just put it at a venue.
True.
Well, that's curtains for us at this business.
And
that's right.
At this place of business.
Can I say something though?
Go ahead, John.
If you guys get let go for talking about this, it's not a podcast.
First Amendment, I must sue them.
No, we talked about it all today. Me and my coworkers. Don't matter.
To be fair,
don't have
there's
an
two out of the three of you that both agree with that it was a lame decision.
Guys,
so there's more employees.
I got a good thing going right now. Okay.
Do you?
I've already lost one job this year.
Okay, Ryan. Did you lose it?
Did they do anything at your old job?
Or did you
my old
kick
job?
it to the curb?
I didn't want
My
to say
former
it out
place
loud,
of business.
but
Let it go.
New break.
did they do anything for Christmas?
They did actually, and they were pretty good about it.
But Christians, they love
Christians
Christmas.
love Christmas, and they love
They
love giving you gifts in hopes that one day you'll do something for them. Yeah, absolutely.
You'd give them money.
What's the best?
They say here's the present we gave you.
I even got a birthday card this year, and I got a $50 gift card.
Yeah.
And then I quit a month later.
Damn.
I will say,
Dang, that is rough. I will. Here's what I'll say though. There is a group of people at these jobs that are coordinating this, because every time there's a birthday in my department, we all pooled money, and I'm like,
pass.
But
Here's
then they do it for
here's
me,
another
so-
thing.
There's so many-
Everyone's
you guys-
birthday
there's
is on
so
a
many-
calendar.
There's so many flipping employees at this conglomerate that we're
okay.
talking about. How could they
Not
possibly have
really.
time?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really.
No.
I guess not.
Okay, that will be an off my comment I have for that. But no, there's not. There's not as many as you think.
Okay, well, we all went to the same party last night, is what I'm saying.
There was
Yeah,
a
how
lot
was
of
the
plus
party then?
ones. There
How
was
was
a
the
You
lot
party
guys
of
then?
think those are all, you guys,
The
every
party
single
was
person there,
Good.
I
mean,
recognized.
if I was
Yeah,
more,
it's just going. You
here's
might
the
need to
thing.
unplug it and plug it back in.
if we had more of like a social butterfly thing going on, you know, like if we were
Yeah.
like, oh, and we like really, the problem with our company is kind of like cut up. Like Sharp has different departments.
Yeah.
It's like if you had a Sharp wide like Christmas party and you're like trying to talk to the nurses, you don't know any of them.
None of them.
You're like, I think one time I
Talk
talked to you
to.
on the phone.
Hey,
Yeah, you know
one
how
time
many
did
times
you
I
blow
get
my
that a day,
blow my
by the
blood?
way?
Did you
Blow my blood?
I get that all the
Blow
time
my
on the
blood?
phone. People are
But
like, I talked to you 3 days ago. I'm like, I've talked to 150
John,
people.
right?
I've talked to 200 people since I talked to you.
And so it's that kind of thing where it's like, it's not like a lot of, you know,
Camaraderie.
like, so you go there and you talk to like the 5 people you know. And I made this comment yesterday. I was kind of sad because the people I do know in our our company of the company,
Sure.
a lot of them, my friends in it weren't there besides my friends
Ouch.
here. But like, oh no, I said that.
'Kay.
And so I was like, I thought I was gonna I was like, man, I've made so many friends of coworkers.
And
I'm
they
gonna go to
weren't
this
there.
party and be like, hey guys, how are you? Oh my gosh.
And none of them were there.
Yeah.
No.
I don't have any coworkers in my part of this job, so.
What is the best Christmas work gift you ever received?
Oh,
Good seg.
I don't know if I've ever
Nice.
I think
segue.
received one.
I've gotten church swag.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep, church
Your best
swag.
gift? That's your
And-
best gift.
And it's always like hydro flasks and stuff, you know? Like
That's
it's like-
nice.
What? You got a hydro flask?
What the heck?
Yep. Hydro flask. I use it still. I use it all the time. I've gotten from like a work job. We did like Secret Santa
Yep.
Wow.
at my last job.
See, that's kind of cool. Maybe I should do that.
My Secret Santa was very like, we got each other, which was nice. And so I went with her to go buy my present, and it was something I really wanted, and vice versa.
Gotta love that.
Dang.
I have never gotten a work present.
Sure you have from Starbucks?
Starbucks didn't get you anything?
No.
Down with the
Are you
mermaid.
kidding me?
Oh,
That
I'm
shocks
so
me.
down with the mermaid.
That
did-
That shocks me. Like,
As I'm
you
drinking
already
a
have
Starbucks.
5 billion of those tiny little cup ornaments.
Wait.
No, you gotta buy it. I got nothing.
Well,
Down
my thing about
with the
my
mermaid.
thing about
Down with the mermaid.
my thing about Starbucks is like that is a
Why would they
billion
give us
dollar
anything?
company. But that's $1 billion. They can't
their
carve out
bottom line.
$1 million and give everybody $50.
Nope.
Really? Oh, really?
Nope.
You
No
can just carve
holiday
out $1 million?
bonuses.
Would you do it
Oh,
for all your
I guess
freaking
here's the thing. Yeah, it'd have to be
Yes.
holiday.
Klingon leech volunteers
we
or
do
whatever?
Secret Santa
Employees.
for the shop, and last year I got hired literally like 5 days before the party, so I didn't have a Secret Santa. So I went to the party to meet everyone. That was like my first big thing, and I guess my manager gave me like a little like goodie bag of like, welcome to the company. You didn't have a Secret Santa, but you're at the party, so here's a little.
Is this the company you work for now?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So here's a little goodie bag, which that was nice.
She's been here a year. Damn it.
Yeah,
But-
yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
This year we're doing Secret Santa, and we'll see what I get.
Okay, Secret Santa. Have you ever had a moment where you pull someone's name and you're like, damn it?
That was this time.
Every time I've ever done
Yeah.
Secret Santa, it's always been somebody I didn't want. Always.
Really?
We did this thing too,
I'm
where
talking
it
about
was like
family
an
too.
online.
I've never done it for work.
This was like an online, like press it and see who you get, and I was like, maybe I'll
all
refresh
family.
it and get someone else.
Want to hear my
Dang.
best work gift ever?
Yeah.
Because I'm the only one that's apparently got work gifts, except
Yeah,
for
I-
Ryan. he
Ryan
did.
got a good one.
Was it a
Gift card.
bonus?
Big gift card.
Yeah, it was a bonus. So every year, I'm going to drop some numbers. All right.
Damn.
This is not to flex in any way,
No,
shape,
it
or
is.
form.
Yeah, it
You,
is.
I mean, you got money in the bank, so
All right.
you're good.
I
Let it
regret
rip.
saying
Let it
that,
rip.
but I don't. I'm just
John, money in the bank,
I was conveying
Albright.
a point. Okay. You know what about stress? It doesn't matter. Every year, Sharp, like the lowest rung of people, which is me,
Okay.
get $600.
What the
Used to be 3
hell?
a couple years ago, and then it got upgraded to 6. Last year, because of COVID, they were like, you guys worked so hard through the pandemic. I was expecting 6, which again, I don't ever really expect it because sometimes.
Can I guess?
Yes, you can guess. Does anyone any guesses?
1,000.
They didn't double it, did they? Did they give you $1,200
Guess.
last year?
I'm not giving you any reaction until we get a guess.
I need to go to a
I'd say
freaking corporate
15.
job. I need to go back to a corporate job.
1,500?
More than double?
Out of your
you
damn
think?
mind. You're out of your damn mind.
I'm saying 1,000. It's easy.
1,200,
I said
1,000,
1,200.
1,500. Are you taking
Fine,
that?
800.
$1,200.
Wow, they give you double bonus.
Annie, let's go to corporate jobs. Come on.
Dude,
Hi.
can I tell you when I
Hello,
got
this is
that?
Annie. How can I help you?
By the way, anytime I get a separate thing out of my paycheck from Sharp, I immediately think it's a mistake. I immediately go, somebody accidentally sent me this money. I'm not going to say a single word about it because it's mine now.
You're a dirty whore.
Wow.
Dang.
But
Straight up.
when I saw 1,200 and then I saw the email, I was like, this is madness. And I felt kind of dirty only because
But they did it.
the
They're
big
giving
thing,
it to you.
The big thing was they were like, it was such a profitable quarter, like, and that's because of COVID.
Sure.
So I was like, that
Oh,
kind
it
of sucks.
was-
Like
they made so much
were
money because
profiting
so
off of
many people were
COVID.
getting
Yes,
sick.
yeah.
Oh,
And I was
Wow.
like, that's not cool.
Did
But
you have a little like mental crisis there? You're like, what am I doing? What have I become?
yeah, a little bit.
We're
And then I
profiteering
spent
off
the
of
money and
the deaths of
honestly
millions.
didn't think about it.
Yeah,
one
no,
bit
me
after
neither,
that.
for sure.
Nah,
I
I'm just
wouldn't
kidding. So you guys got to get corporate jobs because that's kind of where it's at.
It's
I had one for 4 years and they gave me nothing.
You had
I'm
a corporate
really-
job?
Starbucks.
Starbucks is a corporation.
Is corporate.
they give you a
Oh,
freaking
they're
nice
calling that a corp-
401k.
And they gave me nothing.
Okay.
They
You're right.
give you freaking stocks every year.
Okay, so that's a gift.
Freaking
No,
share
it's
the
not.
company. Yes, it
every
was.
Every single employee gets
You're
that
not
at the
entitled
start.
to it.
No, but that's a gift. Just because every
You're not
employee
like
doesn't get it,
Fortune
it's a
500
gift.
here.
It's not in your contract.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
You know, it's this time of year I am starting to like. I didn't think it was gonna hit me so hard, but like I am kind of missing all the fun like church stuff. You know,
Yeah.
like
I hadn't had
mean,
it
we
for
were-
3 years, so
we were
this is my
doing it
first time
like
back.
every week. There was like an event. There was like different. You know, we do like open mic nights. We do like gingerbread house stuff, and
Listen, I'll tell
just like
you,
missing it, man.
there are a lot of flaws about the church at large, and some things we've talked about, some
Yes,
things we
of
have on
course,
the show.
of course.
But I will say, like, there is nothing like the community of church.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
people, you know, like I said, there are things that are toxic and some things that are like kind of rough and they're hard to like work through and talk about. But like people, when you have a community of people at church like that, it feels
Yeah.
like family. Like anything I've
Yeah.
ever felt in regards that aren't people that aren't actually family.
But it's a double-edged sword.
Double-edged
for
sword.
sure.
Right, because
Yeah.
the closer to the center of that you are, the more likely that you can be taken advantage of.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
100%. Yeah, no, I definitely. But in the season, it's always fun because, you know, everyone's for the most part, like and this is what I mean about, you know, organization. I think about back in the day, like in the 50s and stuff,
sure.
they like the whole world used to shut down for weeks at a time around the holidays. I felt like nobody worked from Christmas to New Year's. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
everyone got bonuses.
Sure. But like it wasn't, and businesses
some
closed
people did.
down or
Yeah.
whatever,
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
sure.
For the most part. And now I feel like the world doesn't shut down as much.
No.
Which is, you know,
Toxic.
That's the internet, and that's the 24-hour news cycle, and that's all of it. Like that's the 21st century now. So
Talking about the news.
go ahead.
What's
Annie.
in the news? We
What's her
just
face
talked-
died?
Kirsty
Kirsty
Allen.
Kirsty Allen.
okay, you can't say what's her face died. That's so sad.
I'm talking about one
What's
of
her
the.
face died? Kick the
Kirsty
bucket.
Allen.
You
Next.
really
You're talking
don't
about
care when
Fleetwood
you
Mac,
start
right?
with what's her
No.
face died.
What are you
McVie.
talking about?
No.
I'm talking about McVie.
Who's McVie?
Who are you guys talking about?
Kirsty Allen.
Kirsty
She's a
Allen.
comedian.
She's
has
small
been.
time.
If you saw,
B-lister.
she's not
Small time?
B-lister.
A comedian
She
died
was
and
on
I didn't know about it.
Cheers.
Oh, Cheers. Where everybody
Yeah, but that's like all she was pretty much on.
But apparently not her.
No, she was in the Tooth Fairy thing that the Disney Channel made in like
You don't
the
even,
90s.
you don't even know the name of the movie.
Johnson.
You know what I'm saying?
Different
You know what I'm
Tooth
saying?
Oh.
If you don't know the name of the movie, it's not that recognizable. I
Kirsty
saw
Allen.
it.
Okay, so
Oh,
that's
yeah, you
number
saw it.
2, because number 1 was McVie.
Oh, true. Who's going to be number
Fleetwood
3?
Mac, right?
I don't really.
Well, it's number one, Aaron
I
Carter.
don't really ascribe to that whole myth.
It comes in threes.
Because like,
okay, John Ball.
where does it start and where does it end?
It depends on the level of the celebrity.
That's what I'm saying.
See, I think Aaron Carter could be number one.
No,
See,
that was
but
too
that's-
long
that
ago.
was
That
too
was like
long
a
That's
ago.
where
month
it
ago.
gets confusing. You know, it's like where
Too
do the
long
three?
ago.
When he gets in the mix, it gets too confusing.
Well, always, but
That's right.
because when
That
Aaron
is
Carter was
fucked
the end
up.
of what three?
No, he was
or
his
the-
own.
Or the middle of. He was just his
He
own.
was his own.
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Aaron Carter.
Aaron Carter. Wow. I want
Twitter-
candy.
Twitter has spaces now, by the way,
Go ahead.
where you can start like live podcasting, almost like Clubhouse. Remember Clubhouse?
No.
You hear about Clubhouse?
Yes,
I don't know
yes, the
Clubhouse.
one where you have to be invited.
You had to be
and it was celebrities doing
invited.
videos.
Oh, we
And
were
like-
doing that for a while here.
Yeah. So it's kind of like that, but in Twitter. So now you can like create a live podcast and you can like join in and listen, and then you can have like moderators, and they happen all the time. Twitter, honestly, is maybe going to survive. I
No,
thought for
no
sure
way.
it was going to die.
No way.
But
I think
don't
it's
know.
going
Speaking
down.
of Twitter, what's going on with Kanye West?
The guy is doubling down.
He's doubling
He was
down.
defending Hitler on a podcast.
No,
He went on
wasn't.
Alex Jones' show.
And Alex
already
Jones was
bad
like,
move.
and if Alex Jones,
he kept trying
is
to
the
help
one-
him. He's like, you don't really mean that. And Kanye was like,
No, I mean
a
it.
couple of quotes. He's like, he said, I love everybody. I think there's good people. You know, I love the Jews, but I also love Hitler. I think the Nazis were good. They had good ideas. They did a lot of good for the world. Like,
Yeah, he literally said, I
don't
don't
know.
like hearing that people. He's like, I'm tired of people saying that the Nazis were bad, and they're like,
it's just such
I'm sorry,
a sad
sorry.
like take. It's not even sad. It's just like
Dang.
you really like let the intrusive thoughts win. You just like said the dumbest, like most outlandish thing you could, and not even like is it just to get a rise? He can't really mean that, right? Like. Even if you're like, oh, I'm so big brain. Oh, Hitler actually, he thought, he
big
was
brain.
onto something. Like really? That's really
Yeah.
the stance you're gonna take at this point?
I saw somebody react to that, and it was a comedian, and he was saying like, it's weird because a lot of people
Yeah.
have mental illness that like what Kanye is going through,
Sure.
where it's just like
Yeah.
clearly manic state.
Yes.
And it's like, but thousands, upon millions of people have this and they deal with it. And
Yeah.
when you're somebody that isn't as famous as Kanye, you just like whatever, that he's going through that. But
Yeah.
Kanye now says stuff and it like makes headlines and it like doesn't make sense. And
Yeah.
it's like, it's weird that a celebrity of this caliber like
Yeah.
is clearly going through something that millions of people go through. Of various, phases, obviously.
Yep.
But he is just like everything he says becomes a headline,
And
it's like he's
unfortunately-
clearly manic. It's just
Unfortunately,
crazy.
that starts the discourse.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is he's let's write him off, right? And say he's crazy, right? It's Kanye West and he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, right? But he says something like Hitler was a good guy. And then in the weeks following, you get a lot of opinions. You get people saying like, yeah, he's crazy. And then you get people saying, yes, Kanye is crazy and he said something crazy, but he brings up a point I want to talk about, that the Jews do control the media. And then there's a rhetoric. Then there's a back and forth now that
Yeah.
started with like such a crazy thing, but because it's in the public eye, now everyone responds to it. And then it's suddenly like, okay, well, where do you land on this situation, on the anti-Semitism thing? What's
Yeah.
your opinion on it? What's my opinion on it? On the Jews?
Yeah.
Like, you don't get an opinion. That's Hitler, man. That's hate.
Yeah.
And so, but now that's all out in the open. That's on the news. That's trending on Twitter. Like, oh, well, maybe he's onto something here. Like, even like normal, rational people are going, like, we're talking about that. Like, it's not the thing that brought on World War II. Like,
Yeah.
it's
I think
crazy, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm blowing that out of proportion. What do you think?
No, I think also something to consider, like, as we saw with January 6th, which is coming up on a 1-year anniversary, like Like, which is not necessarily something we want to remember, but it's coming up. And
if we don't remember it, we're doomed to repeat it.
Sure.
There's
And
that iconic moment of Nancy Pelosi saying that she wants Trump
Punch
to
him in
come
the throat.
down so she can punch him in the throat, and then she'll go to jail, and then she'll be
I hope he does.
happy.
I'm gonna punch him out.
yeah, Trump used his words there,
Yep.
and I think cognitively he obviously was fully there when he made that statement or
Yep.
whatever,
Yeah, sure.
Whereas in the contrast to where Kanye clearly isn't. But, Kanye's words, they carry influence just like back in, January 6th. So I think there is a danger to allowing and platforming him.
Totally.
Even if just to say he's acting erratic, I think we need and it's never going to happen. But to some degree as a society, we have to decide we can no longer let him.
He is banned on Twitter.
Yeah, he's suspended, which is funny because
I thought he was back.
Elon Musk brought him back and then undid him.
Oh my gosh.
I do think we to some degree, and again, we're talking about him on the show, so I mean, maybe we're a part of the problem. I don't know, but to some degree, we have to, as a society, have to draw a line and go he's nearing.
We can't even give him the option.
Yeah, I think he's nearing incitement of violence. I think he's very close to the wrong type of people hearing what he's saying and going, "I'm going to take action in a awful wrong way."
It's like you said with Donald Trump and the January 6th thing. He was just saying stuff on it and using his platform to say his shitty opinions, right?
Yeah.
Whether or not they're actually his opinions. Whatever, was he trying to, influence a group of people? We can go back and forth. Obviously, they're doing it in court.
Sure.
But it's and all you're doing is supercharging those people that maybe I wouldn't personally go and, hunt down and kill Jews, but somebody is going to. Somebody is out there, considering that option. They're oh, you know what? You're right. Kanye's right. The media is run by Jewish people. I got to go stop this nonsense. And it's
yes.
When does that become, like you're saying, when does rhetoric become something more than
incitement,
just
right?
All I'm saying is,
I just think it's a little, I feel like we've gone off the rails too far with him. And I do see a downtick. I do see news media not really even picking this stuff up anymore because it's really kind of ridiculous. But to some degree, we have to create some sort of safety dynamic here. Because Kanye is not probably the first celebrity to suffer with mental illness, clearly, and he will not be the last.
Unfortunately, for a lot of his fans, he's the GOAT, he's the greatest, performer, rapper, whatever, creator of all time. But that's not to say his fans are showing up in TikTok
I feel bad in the sense that he's not just him. He is his own business. His downfall means the downfall of probably countless jobs.
Yeah, probably.
Of people who work under his name.
Yeah.
And I think of he had just had that documentary series come out about him.
Oh, I never finished it.
Neither did I. But it was this.
Now I don't really want to.
Me either.
Well, and that was the whole. I think it got taken down. I
Really?
think they cut it off. Here's this guy who's literally devoted his whole life. From 20 on to recording and making this documentary about the
self-made from the ground up. Yeah.
Kanye West artist.
And then this happens.
Yeah. And the moment he finishes his life's project,
yeah,
he has a lot of life to live. He'll have another life project. But he worked up until this point of his life on this. And now swiftly after this huge release of it, it's done.
Kanye saw it and he was like, "That's not me."
I saw an interesting TikTok that somebody was comparing his production skills to his speaking skills, where they're he's really he's really good at in his production taking things that don't necessarily work together, sampling different songs and making it work. Unfortunately, he's not good at thinking. And so he's just saying things like Hitler was a good guy.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't really work the way he thinks it's going to be this big bombshell. In the year of 2022, Kanye busted all the doors down and was like, "I like the Nazis." Please don't cut that as a clip here of me saying I like the Nazis. Please don't cut that.
Oh, right. We would never
Cut it.
I cut the clip, so nice try. It's just a really sad thing. it's just he got to the top, and he has this amazing platform and the opportunity to like, you know, inspire the next generation, and he's shit in the bed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Just a lot of poo poo. Pee.
A lot is happening in the world, and one crazy thing that's recently happened as of today, or at least I read
today's
the news
recording on Tuesday,
on the 6th, December 6th.
December.
At least I read it today. Wall Street Journal reported that Indonesia has banned sex before marriage.
How can you do that?
Indonesia, no horny. They banned it, and I just was thinking, I was like,
they can sure try.
How can they do that?
You're now going to have sex before marriage will be a federal crime for them.
How could they possibly enforce that?
I don't know. How could China enforce a one-child law? Like,
that's true.
It just happens, right?
It just happens.
You got to have a birth certificate. You got to...
I think before marriage. It's going to get to the point.
How are they going to enforce that?
People are going to report it. They're going to be like, if you don't date me, I'm gonna tell the cops that you slept with Jimmy, and they're gonna be like, "Don't you dare!"
Oh gosh,
a lot of forced marriages happening.
That is gonna be the marriage. Oh, I heard this. I heard this really interesting idea. Having to do. I was listening to. It's like an armchair expert podcast, but it wasn't armchair expert, and they were talking about how the birth rates have plummeted. And all of a sudden you see all these like really constrictive laws around, you know, like all these things like abortion and all the like, you know, raising taxes for, they're talking about having a tax for people who don't have kids. Like this is something that's getting like mentioned in state.
The world hit like 7 billion.
Yeah.
Having a tax for not having
kids, for childless people. Yeah.
In the U.S.?
Yeah, in the U.S.
Nobody's really serious
raising
about
taxes.
that.
We have the most people on Earth right now.
Why would you get less taxes for having... Wait.
You'd have to pay more.
You already do. Don't you get a tax break when you have kids?
Yes, you do.
But it'd be bigger.
Ryan's like, hey, listen.
I'm like, that's crazy. Wait, that actually happened. That's already happened.
Wait a minute.
So I'm just saying, the world is a crazy place we live in.
Yeah. You guys, I forgot to put out my shoe last night.
Oh my gosh.
That is a family tradition that goes back generations. You're telling me you just forgot?
Also, I love the idea of you putting your shoe out.
It would have been out in the rain.
I told her she could still do it tonight, and I put something in it.
No, today is St. Nicholas Day.
I mean, St. Nicholas would do it.
Oh, I did. Have you guys looked? Well, Cara, I was looking into Catholicism recently.
That's right.
And
I can try and answer questions.
Shopping around for religions
or what? Did I tell you
what?
about this? No. So, a saint is just like a special person, right?
Yes.
Well,
it is, and it is.
They've been deemed a saint by the Pope.
By the Pope. The Pope's like,
depends
you're
on who you
special
ask.
enough.
The Pope is like, this person died 100 years ago, but now they're a saint.
But now they're a saint.
Yeah, sure.
So me and my roommate Tyler looked into Saint Nicholas. I'm like, what'd he do? Why is he a saint? But
he drove out the snacks.
We're like,
no, that was Saint Patrick.
Oh, that's Saint Patrick.
And then we're like,
Saint Nick drove out different snakes.
Yeah.
Like,
Saint Nick is just Santa.
So then we decided, we're like, I'm going to find you a snake or a saint.
A snake. A snake.
I'm going to deem you, like, I'm going to find a saint and that will be your saint.
Okay, go ahead.
My roommate's not religious at all, so it was great. I found the saint, and it was Saint Lucia.
Saint Lucia?
Sure, yeah, maybe. And it's her saint day is December 13th.
Okay.
Beautiful.
What did she do?
She refused to marry a guy. So then they were like, you're going to go to prison. And she was like, no. And they go, well, then we're going to burn you at the stake. So they tried to burn her.
Yes.
They tried to burn her. She didn't burn.
I remember
So
her.
then they're like, crap.
She's a saint.
We'll cut off her head. Literally, they killed her.
Yeah.
And then
Saint Lucia.
Years later, they're like, you know what? Let's make her a saint. I was like, from the same people, because the church is the one who killed her.
From the people that brought you killing Saint Lucia.
Yeah.
She's either Saint or a witch. Let's choose saint.
Let's choose saint.
Wow.
So,
when you get confirmed,
you have to choose a saint.
you choose a saint as your name.
So are you saying that's the one you're going to choose?
No, that's hers. I forgot what mine
Do
was.
I remember
Cara
what I
already
chose
has
for
one.
my actual confirmation?
Who was it?
Nope. I sure don't remember.
Well, you can have that one.
Oh, it's kind of an arbitrary thing.
Kind of badass.
I truly don't remember. I'm gonna have to look at the certificate.
Mother Teresa's a saint.
Yeah.
No, she's not.
Isn't she?
She has not. She hasn't been deemed a saint yet.
I thought they voted her in or something.
Yeah, I thought she was deemed a saint.
No.
Look, it's your thing, okay?
Yeah,
I don't know.
This is your religion, Cara. Jeez.
I think so.
No. I just do whatever the Pope tells me, okay? The
Joan of
Pope says
Arc.
jump, I say
Joan of Arc
hop.
is a saint.
There's
She's great.
a lot of people where
A lot of the women, it was like, do we want to just burn them at the stake?
Yeah,
And then
the women have
we
some
did.
badass stories. The men, a lot of it was like, he built a church.
He
He's a
drove out the
saint.
snakes.
He had an orphanage.
Wait, you're
He's
telling
a
me
saint.
Saint Patrick, the guy who eradicated snakes from Ireland, wasn't cool?
Eradicated
Yeah.
snakes from Ireland. No,
You've obviously
killed all of them?
not compared to
No,
the
he
girl
drove
who
them out.
they tried to burn at the stake and
How do
she
you
just
drive
didn't.
them out?
He just like with
If
sticks.
I knew-
he
if
was
I
like,
knew
get
you
out
think-
of here.
I'd be sitting here.
I'd be Saint Ryan.
I'd be sitting here, yeah.
I'd be saying, right? If you could.
Oh, Mother Teresa was
Yeah.
cast
Wow.
as a saint.
Thank you. Thank you.
Saint Teresa.
Mother Teresa.
Saint Teresa.
They don't call her Saint Therese?
No, because there already is a Saint Therese.
Do they call her Saint Mother Teresa?
Saint Mother. No, I think it's the
That's not right. That's not right.
Holy Mother Teresa.
That's not right.
I want that to be. This might be sacrilegious for some people.
It is. Let me stop you right there. It is.
To be a thing though.
No.
In the cult that I make, because eventually I'm gonna start a cult. I just feel it.
This'll
I'd
save-
be a great
this'll
cult,
save it.
And this is gonna be our moment.
Wrong side. You did the right. You're
It's
supposed to
it's
go
my
left
doing her
first.
own
cult. It's
thing.
my own. It's a
She's
cult.
doing-
remaking it. She can do whatever she
It has
wants.
nothing
Honestly,
to do with your
honestly,
religion.
a little derivative. I'm just going to be honest. It's a little derivative.
You're not welcome to the cult.
Whoa.
Darn.
Well, we
Darn.
will take-
Darn. Can I be a saint in your cult?
Did you just see? I did see something. Speaking of cults, about Scientology recently.
All right.
Yeah, what about him?
That
I saw something too.
that they have that the LAPD has been on their payroll for like the last 30 years.
Sure, yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
To the point where they had a Scientology booth in the LAPD headquarters
Oh, my thing I saw was very sad.
about
was
John
it?
Travolta's
Yes.
son. That was extreme.
Oh, you said something that sounded
Shut
right.
up! They're listening. The Scientologists are listening.
Shut up.
She heard you.
It's on their payroll. Yikes.
She is.
John
Go ahead.
Travolta's son. That is
Yeah.
extremely sad. He
They were
he-
like, stop giving him Medicaid. They joined Scientology because they said it would heal the son. So he did. So the son started taking medications, and that's why he died.
It's a crazy thing
sad.
with Hollywood people and Scientology, like the pipeline that they go through. It's insane. They were telling Tom Cruise for years that he wasn't allowed to see his kids.
His daughter.
Yes.
Oof.
And he tried to get out, but then they just kept pulling him back in, and
It's awful.
it's crazy.
It is really crazy.
Scientology.
Yeah.
And it's the inevitable search for the truth and what is happening and why are we on this planet, and it leads down
No one
people
will
down
know.
really sad dark roads because dark people exist and will
Yeah.
take you for
Yeah.
take advantage of you.
I don't really think
horrible.
I understand the foundation of Scientology. What's is it like a religion? Like they believe
It's a
in
religion.
It
I know
it is, but it isn't.
It's a religious
it's-
pyramid scheme.
That's a great way to put it. It's they don't lead with the religion part. They lead with how great it can be for you, how well you can benefit. Because a lot of Hollywood people come up, right, and they come, maybe from the Midwest or whatever, and they've got all this money, and then they realize pretty quickly oh, and my life still sucks. And then they're like, okay, well, I'm going to look around and let's see, I left my home and everything for this. And then Scientology is there, and it's kind of hey, it's this, big, network of other celebrities and everybody, we can help you. We can help your career.
Yeah.
We can, and it's yeah, sure, I'm in.
Wow.
What do I got to do? And they dig in deep. They get your, all your personal information, where you live, what your schedule is. And so much so they were taking Leah Remini, right?
Leah Remini
Didn't she have a whole thing?
She has a whole TV show. Leah Remini,
Escaping Scientology.
Escaping Scientology. I was going to say exposing Scientology.
We should watch some of it, actually.
It's super interesting.
It's
I've watched
fascinating.
them, and they have it's just true. It's her going to interview people to try to get them to leave or to help them leave.
Yeah.
And she's getting followed and she's being watched, and it's
And they
on
send
camera,
death
on
threats.
obvious. Yeah.
And you'll never work in this town again. We're gonna find you and everyone you love and hurt them, and like.
And it was part of the reason like she wasn't in stuff for a while, and it was because of this. It was like she was so deep in the throes.
Such a good like horror movie about Scientology, but then the actual people in Scientology would come after you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they would never.
100%.
They're the ones
they would
making
never.
it. They would never let it happen. Well, and that's
because they control the media.
They control the media, and they're the ones. We're coming for you, Scientology.
Don't threaten Scientology on this podcast, please.
We've got
Scientology, I'm coming for you.
Oh, no.
I don't care if it's the last thing I do.
Eddie, they're coming for you first. You realize what you're saying.
To see them try.
That can't be your thing. You cannot make that your thing.
You add one thing to an existing, like...
Two things. She went right.
Okay, well...
I went
and she's using her Boy Scout fingers, too.
Boy Scout.
That's too much. It's too much.
Yeah, well, when I have the
Not
biggest
any
goal...
threatening...
The Church of Scientology on our podcast.
podcast.
It only took 107 episodes, but
We're
now
going to come back and this whole studio is going to be like gone, destroyed.
I
reduced
see through
to
you.
ashes.
I'm going to get you.
Okay, Annie, that's enough. All right, I don't want
John's getting scared.
Okay, if I die
John's getting
mysteriously,
scared.
guys, will you guys take on this
Question
quest?
it? Will we question it at all? No.
No.
What do you mean? What quest? Wait, if you die mysteriously, it means your quest was not one anyone should take on.
No.
If
No,
you,
you
by
guys
the way,
have to
by the way,
vengeance my
Annie,
life.
if you disappear
Pass.
mysteriously, I'm going to assume you started another life secretly. I'm going to
Honestly,
I'm
great
fully going to
assumption.
assume.
No, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I
The
probably
timing
would.
is too close. The timing's too close.
Yeah, obviously.
Well,
you're
now,
the
yes,
Scientologist.
now it's a little too
It's
close.
the Scientologist.
But in like let's just say like 6 months, if you just disappear, I'll go. She's living a different life now. I don't even know where she is.
Are you gonna? Is it gonna be like hot and cold? Like you'll cut us off one day, or will it be like you'll slowly like pull yourself away?
No, it'll
she's
be
gonna cut us
gone.
off.
She'll be
Yeah,
gone.
She's
Yeah.
gonna go.
No slow burn.
I'm gonna.
Are you gonna gaslight us and be like, "Oh, it was you.
You're gonna
You're the
tell your
reason I ran
parents.
away."
Tell
I'll
your
tell you
parents
now,
to say
because
that
I-
to act like they never had you. So we go to your parents like, "Where's Annie?" She's like,
Annie?
we
Who's
don't
Annie?
know
Who's Annie?
who Annie
We don't
is.
have an-
And we're like,
we have a
no,
daughter,
we
Erin.
all knew her, right?
No.
They gaslight us.
We have video proof the hard drives are gone.
I pay hackers to clear
take down
all
the podcast.
And we gaslight you guys into thinking you never had a podcast. And you're like,
What
we did.
podcast?
We had.
Come back in here and
What
just like back to
podcast?
being a storage
Are you
room.
talking about
It's
the
all,
mirror
all,
effect?
all the walls are painted white.
No,
and just like
that's what it was
storage
called. It was called What the Podcast.
all-
What
and
podcast?
all you'll see-
No, that's right.
Is like behind one photo will fall off the wall and there'll be one picture of me.
No,
and
it'll
you'll
be the
like,
duck.
it'll be the
It'll be
outline
the
of the
duck.
I'll be like, say,
it happened.
The duck was real.
And my new last name will be Gaslight.
Annie Gaslight.
Annie Gaslight.
Word of the year. Gaslight.
Mine will be
Okay,
on the
fuck
nose.
Mine will
right?
be goblin mode.
I'm fully ready for Goblin Year for Cara.
Goblin year.
It's
So
goblin
what
year.
does goblin mode mean?
It was
It's like you're so
To
unhinged.
unapologetically.
unhinged.
Like,
or
yeah, be
unhinged is
unhinged.
good. Yeah.
I'm surprised
Yeah.
unhinged wasn't a word of the year.
Was it?
I know some people that are.
No, I've seen a lot of Goblin mode lately on like TikTok.
Well,
What
yeah.
is your guys'
Word of the year?
word of the year?
Whoa! Thanks for taking it from him. Nice, good
Sorry,
steal.
I'm really sorry.
No, it's good steal. It's clean.
Word of the year. Is it like
Right
a new word we
underneath them.
learned or like one that we've said a lot? Because I feel like that's how they
A word
determine
that
it.
I'm gonna
represents your
say
year.
a word. Yes.
Oh,
Exactly.
that's
What
tough.
represents your year? No.
Just talk
like
better.
maybe one that you used a lot or like a new slang that you like. I know mine.
okay.
What is it?
You guys don't know? It's obvious.
Quitting.
No. What's a quiet quitting? No, it's Bebo.
That's
Quiet
No, you've been
quitting.
saying Bebo
Word.
for
Is quiet
years.
quitting one
That's
word?
not a
I feel like-
word. Bebo is your word of the year, but it's not a
Bebo's
real
definitely
word.
my word of the year.
I feel like Bebo is more like a.
Last
what's
year was
the-
schwa.
What's the
for
word
sure.
No,
that
Schwab
is
was like
a
4 years
noise?
ago.
Like pow, bam. What is that?
Onomatopoeia.
Interjection.
Interjection.
No, it's onomatopoeia.
I think
Don't look at me.
No, an onomatopoeia is mom's mom, dad's dad, right?
Why did I thought
Is that what an
onomatopoeia?
onomatopoeia
I don't know
is?
what
I don't
you're
want to
saying.
sound like an idiot when I say what I think it.
Go say it. Come on. It's right. Say it.
Interjection is like, wow, bam.
so.
Come on, let's go house rock, people. Interjection.
Onomatopoeia is the formation of a word from a sound associated with what it's named. Cuckoo, sizzle.
Okay, so it is not onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia.
But isn't it also an
It's
interjection?
like pow, bang. No.
No, because a pow isn't a thing.
No, an interjection is a word like golly or wow or shoot.
I think Bebo is more
a
an
word that's
Shoot
the
and
sound.
pow is the same thing.
My word of the year is word.
What is pow? What does pow come from?
Like a noise.
Nothing.
Exactly.
That's not an onomatopoeia.
But cuckoo comes from a cuckoo clock.
No, this is
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
I feel like that's like pow.
Pow is like it's recreating a sound.
Anyway, okay, my word of the year is wedding.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Oh,
good.
really,
That's good.
Ryan? Yeah,
That's good.
it represents my year. So
Yeah, it represents, but like
My
it's
word
not
of the
like a
year is
new
fuck
word.
off.
Okay, good word. John?
Scientology is my word of the year.
Oh.
that
seems a
makes
little-
sense. That makes sense. That makes
Seems
sense.
a little
No, my
Not
word
sure
of the
about
year.
that.
Are we trying to
Domestic.
get deep with it? Or
domestic. Well,
Come on,
whatever.
just a word of the year, man. It's one
Domestic's probably good. Sure.
Good.
I don't know.
word. Good.
I don't know.
That's good. No, domestic's great. I fed it to you, but yeah.
Okay, John.
All right,
Domestic out of your mind. 3, 2, 1. Word.
Oh, was that him trying to think of a new word?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. John.
I think business is my word of the
Okay,
year.
I like that. Business.
I've been very business minded, I think, this year.
Kara?
John, can I get a little?
No. Do not.
Right first.
I love it. Love it.
I'm gonna be a part of the cult. I'm gonna
Yeah.
probably fold.
My
wife's gonna become part of the
wasn't-
cult, and I'm gonna have to follow her into it.
Yeah, it's
Believe it
gonna
or
be so
not,
easy to
I
get
wasn't
the
wondering.
reference.
I was. I could have called that one. Go ahead,
Okay,
Kara.
Kara, word of the year.
Carbonara.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, seriously? I could use
That was
carbonara right
literally
now.
carbonara was like every week. Like,
Ugh.
hey, when are we having carbonara this week?
Love
You want
it.
to have carbonara this week? Hey, you want to have carbonara?
So also domestic. Nice.
That's how we
Ryan?
dirty talk.
Ryan?
I said Bebo.
It's not
Oh,
Bebo.
no.
If
Down
you guys
with
think
Bebo.
Bebo is not my word of the year,
What's
you
your
got another thing
what's your
coming.
phrase of the year? Like what's your phrase you use a lot?
Bebo Johnson.
Bebo
I'm tired.
Bebo Johnson is like that guy
no,
over there.
No, something else. Come on.
Mine's I have work in the morning.
Mine's not very appropriate,
That is
but
true.
also, yeah, that's.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
serious.
What's
Nice.
yours?
Well, it's
Oh,
appropriate, but I mean,
Nice.
like logistically, sure, it might not be appropriate for all audiences.
Ooh.
And I told you, remember I was at the Padre game and I was sitting next to this guy and like Manny Machado came up to bat and he's like, "Just pimp it, Manny."
Oh,
and I was
pimp
like,
it.
"Pimp
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
so funny.
Yes,
It's
pimp it.
funny."
Yeah.
Pimp
So now anytime I'm like,
Pimp it.
anytime
That is your
somebody's trying to do
catchphrase
something, I'm
of
like,
the
"Hey,
year.
pimp
Hey,
it."
just pimp it.
Just pimp it real quick.
I haven't heard pimp it in a
Did
while.
you just like go back to
Pimp it.
6th grade? I don't know
Yeah.
if it's appropriate.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
Bird. Bird. That's my word of the
the word
year.
pimp.
Bird.
Pimp it?
Pimp.
all right. Screw all of you.
I respect the
Thank you.
What's your phrase of the year?
keeping it clean.
So it can't be Bebo. So phrase of the year.
I don't know.
Bebo can't be a word and a phrase.
I don't know. Okay. It is. It's a word and a phrase. It's a state of mind. Don't make me think. I'm going to say.
Hurry up and close it out.
I'm going to say. It's got to be Bebo. I can't think of another word.
End the podcast. This is ridiculous.
Okay. On the couch as always. Cara Tafolla. And in the Skovmand. I'm Ryan.
I'm John.
We'll see you next week on What the Podcast. It's
should've been-
Bebo.